Alright guys, welcome back to another video. Survival HQ here. So today I've got a challenge video. I've got a saw challenge video. I've got the Challenger, the Corona razor tooth saw, versus the other Challenger, the Bajo Laplander saw. So these two saws I've had for about a year now. I picked up both about a year ago. I picked up the Corona at my local Lowe's. And I picked up the Bajo Laplander at my local outdoor store. So let's get into this. Let's talk price. The Laplander, the Bajo, cost me $30. The Corona razor tooth, I got this for $18. So you're talking almost half price. Almost get two of these for the price of one of these. So notch that in the win column for the Corona razor tooth saw. It's considerably cheaper. Let's talk about weight. Okay, so the weight on the Bajo Laplander is 192 grams or 6.75 ounces. And the weight on the Corona razor tooth saw is 9.75 ounces or 277 grams. So almost 3 ounces heavier. So we're talking a third of a weight of each saw, 1/3 of a weight of a saw extra when it comes to the Corona. So if you want to go with weight, the Bajo Laplander wins the weight category. Let's talk about blade size. Let's open up the blade. There you go. You have the Bajo Laplander is 7 1/4 inch blade. And you have the Corona razor tooth saw, 10-inch blade. So we're talking close to 3 inches bigger when it comes to the saw length. So considerably bigger saw blade. That goes, the win goes there to the Corona razor tooth. Let's talk about handle. So the handles, the Corona is a little bit bigger because it is a bigger saw, even in blade and in weight and in the size of handle. Has two different positions, has the forward position and the back cutting position. Overmolded plastic. It's very durable. It's not going to very ergonomic. Yeah, it's nothing to complain about. The handle and the locking mechanism is very good, very sturdy. Now the Bajo Laplander, the handle is extremely ergonomic and extremely comfortable. I mean, no hot spots. It fits your hand. It's perfectly contoured. I would say the handle is nicer on the Bajo than the Corona saw, but I will say the locking mechanism, not as nice. The Corona saw has a nicer locking mechanism. So overall, if you want to talk blade and locking mechanism, handle and locking mechanism, I chalk this up as a draw for these two saws. So let's talk about craftsmanship. You have the Bajo Laplander, which again is European and very well made. Very durable, nice fit, nice locking blade. Nothing to complain about there. The Corona saw is nice as well. My only drawback with the construction or the shape, it does have a locking blade as well that does vibrate a little bit more. But it's the actual gap you'll see in between the handle. You'll see the blade is there. So it could snag on something in your pack. You know, I guess you could get cut by it, but it's not very likely. So compared to the Bajo saw where the blade completely disappears in the handle. And the second part is, if you look at the lanyard hole here, you can see in there, the actual blade does go into the lanyard hole. You can see it right there. So if you do put a lanyard in there, it is going to could cut that lanyard, that rope through time, paracord, or whatever you're going to use. So when it comes to craftsmanship and construction, I got to give it to the Bajo. It's just a little nicer construction, a little more time, a little more thinking put into it. So for construction, the Bajo takes the lead there. Let's talk about actual functionality and how they cut. Now, I've always been a huge Bajo Laplander saw fan. I've always been pleased with the way they work. These two saws are different. This is a push and a pull saw, so it cuts on the push and the pull. Whereas the Corona Razor Tooth is only a pullback cutting action saw, so it only cuts on the pullback. Now you might think, well, you know, this is going to work, forward and back, so it's going to work twice as good as this, who only cuts on the pull. But once you use the Corona enough, you're gonna get used to just putting force on the pull and then gliding forward on the forward motion and pushing back with all your pressure on the pullback. And once you get used to it, the blade teeth are larger, and when it comes to actual cutting, I mean, this saw definitely is better than the Bajo, and by quite a margin. Yes, the blade is bigger. Yes, the teeth are bigger. But just the cutting action alone on the pullback just rips through the wood. I mean, don't get me wrong, the Bajo is good. But once you start to use the Corona, you really actually question yourself if you want to go back to the Bajo. And if I had a choice to, purchase these saws from zero again, knowing what I know now, I'd probably go ahead and just purchase almost two of the Coronas instead of the Bajo. I mean, price is almost 2 for 1. Weight is a little bit heavier. Yeah, the craftsmanship goes to the Bajo and the handle goes to the Bajo. But when it comes to actual cutting, I got to give it to the Corona. The Corona is the saw that I'm taking out in the woods more often than the Bajo nowadays. And that's saying something, because this is the gold standard for the longest time in the bushcraft community. So yeah, first place Corona, second place Bajo. Anyways, guys, hope you like my videos. Please like, share, and subscribe. And I try to get out a video every few days. And anyway, guys, take care, and I'll talk to you again. Bye.